Hello everybody, we're back to talk about the Whirlwind J5 that I'm developing, and here is the magneto. And what I want to show you though is I'm going to go backward through the steps on this and kind of show you how I made this. Right here is the place that a piece is going to come down and glue in, but the spark plug wires will come out the top. This is the drive shaft that comes off the motor, which drives the magneto, which, you know, doesn't do it on a model, but on the real one it did that. So this is actually pretty close to what the magneto looked like on the Whirlwind J5. So what I want to do though is I'm going to take my software here and try to go all the way back to the very first thing I built, which I created this plane, and I had to create it off of this part right here. The reason it's not highlighted right now is because I'm working on a different layer down here. If I went up to the top and turned it all on, hang on, I just made my software think for a minute. This is what that part looks. This is a shaft will come out of here and go into the magneto on the real one. So, but I'm going to go back down to the mag layer that I'm working on. So the first thing I did is create an offset plane that come off of this plane right here that I could start building my model off of. So I'm going to turn this back off, and then what I'm going to do is move this over to here. I need to make sure my sketch is on, and this was the first part I drew. Okay, and then on this I extruded that and I got this. So then I go from there to here, and I then extruded that. So you see where I'm going with this. Everything you work on, at least in Fusion 360 for me, starts from an offset plane or a plane that I've created somewhere in the three-dimensional space, and then I can create off these surfaces new sketches. So this was actually, this right here is one sketch I extruded, but then I built another sketch off that, which is this sketch right here, and then I highlighted both these pieces here like that, and then I extruded it, and I get that, and then I started to draw a layer there, but I did nothing with it, so nothing shows up there. And you can see where I moved that back a little bit from that plane here. So basically I extruded that backwards. I was just lazy. I could have sliced it off. But then I put a line here, and this line right here was only a reference line. And then off of this face I created another offset plane because I wanted to build backwards off this. And if you watch what I do here, I created this drawing, and I copied a line on this level from this reference line I created back here because I needed to know where that would be. So now what I did was I took this circle here. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can grab it. I took that circle there and this square back here, okay, and I created a loft. And that gives me that shape right there. Okay. And then from there, I actually extruded out off the face of that a little bit because I was wanting to build it out. And then let me back up a minute, I did basically a projected off of this. So you can, when you're doing a drawing, you can hit Control P. And or I'm sorry, just hit P and you can project. So it grabbed that line there for me to extrude off of, and then you can see how I brought that out. Now I started to smooth all my edges with fillets. Okay, so you saw I did the two fillets there. And then I brought that out a little bit farther because I wanted to make that more round. Started smoothing all these edges down. Here, let me turn off some of those planes so you can see better. And let me turn off some of these sketches. Okay, so you kind of see where I'm going here. And then I built these, and the way I built those was I did a drawing around the edges here, and then just a rectangle. Then I highlighted these part, I extruded them back, and then I did a fillet on the bottom corners here to round that off. And that's the fillet right there. Okay. And then I need to build these two little shelves here. Had to put the notches for where the spark plug wires are going to come out. And this is going to be actually a really neat shape in here. I'm 3D printing with flex. It's going to have holes in it because on the real one this was some kind of a rubber substance that the spark plug wires came out of. And I needed to make that wall thicker, so I did that. Now here's where if you look down here, you'll see that I put the chain house, the mag chain housing. This is a separate part here, so what I want to show you is for me to be able to 3D print this right, I want this to sit on my bed and I want this to build vertically, okay, which is going to be really easy to do. But for me to have the chain drive side of it, hang on a minute, let me get all the way to the end here. For me to do this here, it wouldn't 3D print if this was on my bed. So this is actually a separate part I needed to create. So what you do is you go up here, you right click on your mag, and it would say new component. And then underneath here, that component popped up here, and I named it mag chain housing, which is the magneto chain housing, because there was a chain in here that drove a gear. And let me turn off the body here. So now I end up with this, that I can put this on my bed and build up. So I hope all that makes sense. But this is basically how I built my magneto for my plane. And I'm not sure why that's staying highlighted, but oh well. Okay. So, but that's the start of my mag. And the way it will look is when I put it on the there will be a magneto on both sides here like the real one. And if I turn on all my layers now, you're starting to see what the engine looks like. And then I'll just do a mirror of this on the other side once I'm done. I've detailed this all out. I still have some little holes to put for screws and bolts. I still got to put holes in the bottom of this ledge here that holds the magneto on. But essentially that's what I did to build the magneto. One reason I don't videotape me building it is because a lot of times there's trial and error, and I just don't want to waste your time with a lot of the screw-ups I do. I know some people want to see that, but to be honest, other people it would just, it's where fun would go to die. So, hope you enjoy my videos. I hope you keep coming back and watching them. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel when you watch these, because you'll get updates that way. And have a great day, everybody, and thanks for watching my videos. Take care. Bye-bye.